if there's not a God, then let's come on out and say we don't take God seriously anymore. You can't get God in on a public discussion these days. You used to assume that was a part of our country's history. But if that's not a part of things now, I think we need to settle. If it is a part of things, it's a very important part of things. So get familiar with the rules of the game. You can't illustrate the importance of that more important than Penn State. They've been operating for years, not playing by the rules of the game. And yesterday they found out their punishment. I'm not playing by the rules. And the punishment will never be adequately meted by anybody. Some of my dear friends were part of that Penn State community. And have been grieving with them. What are the rules of the universe? What are they? And whether you believe in God or whether you don't take that other dimension seriously, it's important of the rules of the universe.
Mm-hmm.
I had a conversation with a friend just a short time ago, and he says, Gordon, I want to find out where you are. And I told him where I thought I am. I said, now what do you tell me where you are? He said, well, I want you to know that I can't believe the stuff that you believe. I said, tell me, help me, because I can't believe the stuff you believe. And I don't have faith enough to believe the stuff that you believe. It just, all this just came into being without somebody bringing it into being. And have been working with it for 14 billion years. But I read a book by a group of scientists recently. Said God, somebody's been at it. It had its beginning about 13.7 billion years ago. And I said, I can't believe all the stuff. And I can't give myself to the stuff that you tell me sustains you. So help me believe and trust what you trust. And he was not very convincing. And he got on the defensive very quickly. So I didn't know that I had a better case. I said, you help me. And are we in accordance with the rules of the game? And I think if there is a God, what God wants is, God wants people to have a safe place to live. It's not something that Julie Huxley made up. The infinite leader, the one who brought it all into being. So, I said 12 million was a lot of money. And God said to me, I reckon it was God, or I made it up in my prayer. God said to me, you are not asking the right question. You are thinking that that's a lot of money for a little group of 12 people to work on together. To be with them and look at them and decide whether they are crazy or whether that is something that is good to be done. God said the perspective, your perspective is all wrong. You are asking the question, can a group of 12 inadequate people raise $12 million? Not. The real question is, what do I want to be done in Island Walking in the next 3 years? And 12 million doesn't start it. Doesn't start it. I don't know whether you've ever found out how little money 12 million is, but some months ago, one of the wealthy people in the area got in touch with one of the reporters for the Washington Post and said he wanted to give away $1 billion. He and his wife owned about $2 billion. So Terry came to me and said, would you help me work on a proposal to him? And so every time I worked with her on a proposal, I said, it's not enough money. He will be embarrassed. It's so little. And are you going to ask him for several $1 million? And he's got $1 billion to give away. Do you know how many million it takes to get $1 billion? She said, how many? I said, well, it takes 1,000 million to make $1 billion. And I said, you haven't even gotten up to 100 million yet. And so we spent our time trying to make the proposal large enough for us to not to be embarrassed. So what does God want to do in this area? Is 12 million enough? It's a good first step. But it's not nearly what we need. I was talking to one of our people who is working with what our little church, which is just a new church. It's been organized for about 2 weeks. And we are creating a home for people being released from jail, from prison. And we have bought one house. And said what we need is 6 a week. And that would be, that would cost us $2 million a week. And that would be 100 million to get a house every weekday for a year. That's what we've got to get in our mind. That's what God wants to do. He wants every prisoner who comes out of jail to have a safe place to be. So the perspective changes. And I'm saying that if I've got a few weeks to pray for you, I will do it. But your job is how much do you need to do, and who is going to do the doing. What are the rules of the game? The real